Hey guys, how are you?
Yes.
Oh, can we hold on? We need to get the same angle as you.
I know. I don't,
I
I don't have a tripod.
love this thing happening right now. My husband's been sporting a pandemic beard as well, and it's gotten so unruly that like there's things living in it now. Is that the same thing going on here?
I think mine's a little cleaner, but I don't know. Let me see anything. I'm gonna take it off. I think I'm gonna shave it today.
Yeah, if you got it, grow it. I wish I could.
Do you like your beard? Because I feel like men are very critical about their own beards. Like I did enjoy my husband's until he became a yeti. But he thinks he has just a neck beard. Like, are you happy with your beard?
Are you happy with my beard? I will trim this beard though before the next interview I have.
Well, we're here in Halifax. You're coming to Truro. You used for a while there. You were one of us. Like you lived here for several years, right?
7 years, yeah. I'm back in BC now. It's kind of come full circle. It took me, man, a good 20 years to get back to BC, and yeah, it's been great to be playing again. Like it's so nice to be doing music again. It was a year and a half, so it was like for all of us, it's a little adjustment getting back to it.
Oh yeah, of course. Like the first time that you perform again for a live audience, I mean, it's got to feel
It's
Relieving,
scary.
emotional.
surreal.
Well, our first show back was the Stampede, so it was a little bit drunk. Not us, but the fans were nuts. It was in the Nashville North tent,
Yeah.
and all the restrictions had been lifted. Everyone was vaccinated in the tent, but they went. I don't think it mattered who was on stage. They were going to drink and they were going to scream and have fun. So that was a little awesome.
So you just had a number one with the Rucklaws Can't Out Myself, which is the perfect song for this environment. But when you come here now, you may be getting the same environment because they are here too. And they have been telling us that you are working on performing that together for the first time ever.
Well, that's not exactly what they said. They said that they were hoping that you were going to bring them on stage to perform that with them.
Because we haven't performed Can't Help Myself
with Dean.
with Dean Brody one time ever.
Not once.
Oh my God,
This
are you kidding
first
me?
time that we do that. If it happens, we're still waiting to be asked, but we're just
Yeah.
assuming.
We're just steps up and does it for us.
Is that right? It's so funny because we've done it in the studio and stuff.
But
But I
not
think
for
you're right.
long.
I don't think we've actually done it together on stage, but that will happen. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay, good. Okay, good. 'Cause
We did get the scoop.
yes, everybody wants to see that. I mean, it has to happen. I would think it'd be a given that you were going to bring them on anyway, but I like to think that we set that up. So
Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds like a good story.
So I am curious because that is on your album that just came out last year. So there's Can't Help Myself, Lightning Bug, we know Canadian Summer, we know Boys. The song lyric that I would like to know more behind the story of really is I go to jail over her.
Yeah. It's gonna be the next single, I think, after Lightning Bug.
Awesome.
It's just it's kind of it's a little tongue in cheek kind of thing, that song. We think as boys, we think, oh, that's just hyperbole and that a dad would never do that. And then you become a dad and you're like, oh man, yeah, it makes you more dangerous, I think.
Yep.
'Cause you'll do some crazy stuff for that daughter. Yeah.
oh God, I don't even know if it's just a dad thing. We've talked about this. Like if someone, he's a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, all girls as well. If someone is remotely mean to my toddler, even if it's another child, I'm ready to cut them.
Yeah, Mama Bear just comes out.
You see red, right?
I believe it, yeah. Oh yeah. No one can underestimate the Mama Bear and her ferociousness.
And the other thing, so now obviously you know exactly what that song's about. So that's going to be fun to hear on the radio. But More Drinking Than Fishing is on now as a song you've done with Jade Eagleson. You're going to have to educate Melody on what that means. She doesn't really know what it means when you say, yeah, I'm just going fishing as you drag a cooler into a canoe.
You're not actually fishing?
Well, you're fishing, but it's not all about the fishing, really. It's about hanging out with the dudes and, drinking beers. And if you catch fish, that's awesome. And if you don't, there's plan B is already enacted. So you're safe. Either way, you're going to have a good day. So
I've never fished at all.
Never fished. I've never touched a fish.
Never kissed a fish.
Never kissed. I kissed a cod in Newfoundland, but it was dead.
Okay.
So that doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to say you're awful close to Newfoundland and not have kissed a fish.
How's your Nova Scotian connection start and end?
Yeah, it's a long story, but yeah, basically I was in Nashville for 6 years, and I just got signed by Broken Bow Records, who had just launched Jason Aldean. And then I got in a fight with my record label about who was going to manage me. So they're like, well, you get the hell out of here. And I said, I will. And so I left.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You're going to pay for this. Actually, I'm going to pay for this way more. But yeah, just out of principle, I was like, screw you guys. And so I asked my wife at the time, I was like, where do you want to go? And her family had just moved to Nova Scotia. So she's like, let's go there. And I was like, okay. When you spend that amount of time in the US, you really can feel at home anywhere in Canada. But yeah, I miss the East Coast. I miss Atlantic Canada, so it's good to be back.
What do you miss most? Apart from the people, I know we're pretty great.
I think the ocean. I love the ocean and the little quaint towns and history. Like out west, the history, like 1898 is like, ooh, that's old. But here, that's nothing. So there's a lot more. It's certainly a lot more history here as far as like population growth and all that, and antiques and stuff like that. I love going to antique stores and stuff out here because you get all kinds of goodies.
Do you have like a treasured find that you think is like, oh, that's one of the best things I've ever gotten?
Anchors. I bought a couple massive anchors from people, and I'm talking massive, like the ones you see down on the boardwalk at the waterfront here.
Yeah.
Just huge, and like $250. I remember getting it in the back of my trailer, and by getting it, I was like, tipping it in, and it was like hundreds of pounds, probably 1,000 pounds. I don't know what it was, but super cheap. I mean, if I took that out west, you'd probably sell it for $10,000, right? Like that's just a schooner anchor. It's in some guy's field somewhere, overgrown with weeds.
I love that. I would never have pegged you for an antique guy. My mom's going to like you even more because she's all about the antique.
Oh, yeah.
Go antiquing together.
We need to do that. You tell her Dean's coming. We're going to go look for some old things. I love it. I love history. So there's so much history here, right? Like visible history, stuff that's left behind and you can find it. And out west, there's not a whole lot of that.
We don't understand because it's very abstract to us. What does it mean to create your own record label?
Oh, like for me, it was just a business decision. There's nobody on my record label except me.
You're the number one artist.
Yeah, no competition here. I bought a house, started a record label, and launched a beer. And then 2 weeks later, COVID hit. And so it was like, oh, man. When not to launch a record label, when not to launch a beer, when not to buy a house. And that was like all three. I'm in.
Oh, well, we got through it and we're here. And now you're going to be here in Nova Scotia for Country Rocks the Hub.
Oh, so great.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
well, while you're here, make sure you get one of our donaires, because you can't get that east of or west of here. It's just poor man's imitation.
Exactly. You can, but it's not like it is here. So I might do that, actually. I might do that. Yeah. I really might right now. It sounds so good.
We can't wait to see the show and see
the rest of your face.
Yeah, the rest of your face.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of some of this today. It is out of control.
No, you actually don't. I'm only teasing you. I quite enjoy it. There is nothing wrong with a beard. Unless it's on my husband, in which case it's this big. There's everything wrong with it. He needs to.
Good for him. Good for him. Make that thing crazy. There's supposed to be a wild expression of manliness.
If this part is long enough that it goes into your mouth, then you're like, okay, you need to do something about that.
Yeah, what you do is you get a little bit of wax and go like this and get that little
No.
And then you do some old-timey boxing, see?
And then you find another wife because your current wife is leaving you.
Oh, maybe it's time to trim the beard, buddy.
Yeah.